Hey everyone, I'm Leona Nicole Black. So it's about time for me to do the monthly tarot videos for July. I'm going to be starting with Cancer because water babies are kind of my favorite and it's Cancer season. But I wanted to start by talking about my haircut. I cut my hair off and it feels amazing. I never have done like a big chop, and I didn't do it for the purposes of like natural hair. Um, I did it mainly because I was going through some really heavy grief energy. I was just feeling so much density and a lot of like anger and feelings of depression and a lot of emotional heaviness as I've been going through lots of changes and having to heal and grow and stretch myself in my life. And I just got to a point where I just didn't recognize myself anymore in terms of like the vision looking back at me just didn't feel like what I was like on the internal, and I really wanted to make a very drastic change, and I became more and more aware of how much my hair, big afro hair that you would see, or very long box braids that you would see me wear in videos, was becoming a bit of a mask or a crutch in some ways in order to hide, I think, you know, hide from myself, hide from the parts of myself I've not been accepting, really feeling not very beautiful and kind of relying on a certain aesthetic or a certain kind of image in order to project that out into the world, and really not accepting myself very much. And I do have a strong connection with my hair anyway, even on it from a spiritual level. Like I feel almost like hair is like an antenna, and the condition and the quality of my hair can sometimes affect my ability to connect intuitively. And so I just knew like there was a shedding that needed to happen. Like I've been pulling the death card in my personal life, like over and over and over again for myself. And I kept asking like what needs to die, and also why am I constantly going through a death process? Like why can't life start? That's how I felt. And I feel like in some ways there's just been remnants of me, remnants of old energy that just hasn't passed away, hasn't completed. And I needed to go through like a shedding of skin, and the clearest way really to express that externally was to cut my hair. I didn't even go to a barber. It's one of my very, very sweet friends did it for me, and it was really, she was very loving and kind and very patient in terms of like the stages in which we did it, because she was like, it's a very drastic change, let's just go shorter and shorter. And every time she was cutting the length down, I was like, I hate it. I was like, take it off. And she was like, no, let's go short. I was like, take it off. And we kind of got to a point of no return. And it was like, okay, I'm ready to commit. Like, just take the hair off. And it came off. And I felt like I blossomed like a flower. Like, I feel beautiful and strong and present. And there have been so many times that I've been walking around and I just kind of look and I'm like, the freedom, the weight that's lifted. I love having no hair. Like I've got some hair, but I love having cropped hair. The joy that it has filled me with, the lightness that I feel, and my friend has said that she's observed that my energy's been a little different, a little clearer. I feel lighter, and I definitely do. So I felt like it was too drastic a change for me to just jump onto the YouTubes and the tarot videos for the month and not talk about why. Because it is, there's a deeper significance for me, definitely, at least emotionally, mentally, but I think spiritually too. And I think it's about stepping into who I am and taking care of my responsibilities moving forward. Saturn has been going to work on me, and I know that there's a lot more I need to be doing, a lot more commitment to not just my like not just to my external work, because there's actually so much more in terms of like what I want to give and what I want to produce and showing up more in the world, but also showing up a bit more for myself internally and really committing a little bit more to my spiritual growth and surrendering a bit more. I'm not very good at surrendering. I'm a Virgo, like control is king. So I don't like the not knowing and the unknown and the loops and the cycles. You know, I'm in a hanged man year, 2018. The energy of that year, this year for me, is the hanged man tarot card, and that has a lot to do with like sacrifice and shedding and ending karmic cycles and seeing loops. And so I've had to revisit things that I felt I'd done a lot of healing on, and really see it from another perspective and go to another level. So it's been a really, really intense period, but I feel ready to show up a bit more, and also to be compassionate with myself about where I'm not showing up, you know, to recognize what that's rooted in. If I'm not giving enough in particular areas, just struggling, even in terms of, you know, I'm Cancer rising, and I really do feel like my strong connection to the moon also connects with my emotional cycles and my work cycles. And so I sometimes feel like I'm out of sync with myself. And I've been trying to learn to sink in a bit more and to understand what my rhythm is, and then to be compassionate with myself about when I'm just completely out of rhythm. And I would like to say as well that I do have three more. So I discontinued the MP3 service so that I could kind of birth some different kind of work. And I had three more MP3s to do. And those are late, and my clients have been impeccable, loving, kind, compassionate towards me. The emails that you've sent me have really filled me with love, and it really makes the work non-transactional. You know, it's not like you pay, I do this thing, and then it's done. It really is like you come to me because you connect with my energy for some reason, and we're part of like a healing cycle, growth, phase, stage together. And then the level of respect that you show me about where I'm at and how I'm navigating my energies and my need to kind of find the light, which is the hermit's work, my need to traverse my internal darkness to be able to shine light on whatever is going on, both for myself and for you and collectively. I am deeply honored by how loving you've been towards me, and it's all part of me trying to figure out what this kind of animal is that is spiritual work, because you just can't run it like a 9 to 5. It does not give itself over in those ways, and yet you have to find commitments, routines, and disciplines around it. So I'm learning, but I'm in this moment, I feel joyful and blissful and content and really free, and so happy to have shed a skin. And oh, how interesting. As I said that, I remembered a few weeks ago, I actually dreamt about snakes and reptiles, and I really take my dreams quite seriously. They're always a way of spirit communicating to me, especially when animals show up. Like, I know that's a message. So I've been really taking my animal medicine lately, and I knew when I had that dream that there was something about shedding happening for me, but I just didn't. I was really struggling to understand where, what, and how. You know, I was just frustrated, but I think I've stepped into some of that energy, and it's not over. I haven't been talking about the astrology very much externally, and I haven't been posting about the astrology so much on my Instagram, or even following it too closely in my personal life, because I feel like the sky, the cosmic sky, is so stormy that I kind of need to keep like my eye on the next step, or be present, you know, like what am I dealing with here and the now, because with so many, like nearly, I'm saying this is why I say everybody's retrograde right now, in terms of like we have so many planets that are retrograding and aspecting each other in ways that are very difficult and challenging for us. And you know, there's a lot of karma coming up, really, which is really just thinking about what we've done already and weighing and balancing the scales of that, and you know, completing things and understanding our learning and understanding what we want to take forward, how we want to move into our dharma as well. And so we're not through this energy, and so I've like done a rebirth, but this new me has to adjust happening right now, and so do you guys. So if you're still feeling heavy and low, if it's taking you a while to get back to whatever feels like self, or find a new self, then be compassionate, because we definitely have the whole summer to deal with this. And so it's just go slow right now. Just go slow and allow the changes and the lessons and the thoughts to really anchor in and change you. Of course, I am here. I'm having some troubles with my website at the moment, but you can still book someone booked an appointment with me like 10 minutes before I came on camera, so I know that's true. So there's kind of says like there's a little error message, but you can still book appointments with me, video calls and in-person readings. If for any reason you're having any trouble with the website, then you can just email me at leondanicole@gmail.com and I'll set up an appointment via email with you if you want to work with me one-to-one, if you want a tarot reading. And I have some things in the works. I gotta be a little bit more disciplined about it, but I have some new things I want to share with you, and I want to be more present. I want to give of myself a bit more, like knowing that those of you who are less adept in tarot and astrology, those of you who really are seeking a teacher of some kind at the moment, you know, teaching is my vocation, I know that much. So if you're seeking something in order to help you through your growth cycles, I really feel like hearing from me once a month in the first 2 weeks of the month is really not enough. You know, I think you need more support, and there are loads of people online who are offering things, and I know that you watch more than one reading, you tune into different people, but I also have a unique gift, you know, and I have a vantage point, a perspective. I have life experiences that have given me the ability to articulate things in particular ways that I know resonate with a segment of this culture and society, and you deserve me to show up and to give. So that's what I'm working towards, more than the monthly YouTubes, more free content really, and more ways that you can work more closely with me if you are wanting to really develop. I have been doing a personal growth course on the low. Like, I haven't really advertised it on my Instagram or even on my website. It's a 4-week course where I take people through their birth chart, and it's amazing. My clients love it, and it's really intensive, but it's we just get really deep and we really look at all these different aspects. We're looking at all the kind of the lessons in your astrological personality and the areas of your life that you should be focusing on, and clues about your purpose and all that stuff. And so yeah, my workload is so heavy that I haven't put that out in the world yet, because I'm just kind of I've been taking referrals by like recommendation, but I do want to sit down and just figure out whether I want to send that out into the world and how to make that accessible to everyone. If it's something you're interested in though, and you don't want to wait for me to kind of fully advertise it, then feel free to drop me an email and we can talk about if it's the right kind of course for you and the right steps for you, and figure out a path forward if it's something you want to do. So that's enough for me for now. I'm going to drink some water, I'm going to meditate for a little bit, and then I'm going to get started on the monthlies. And I love you guys. I love you lots and lots and lots, and thank you for choosing to connect and to share and to listen to me. I will see you soon. Mwah.